Welcome to the Ladies Enrichment Club talk show. Today we have Maria as our guest. Hello Maria, how are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. It's so lovely to have you on our talk show, and we would like to know a little bit more about yourself. Can you give us an introduction?
Sure. Thank you very much for having me this morning. So my name is Maria Inês. I am Portuguese and I live in Dubai now for 8 years. I am the owner of a group of companies which is called by Aurora Group, and which includes Aurora-Agency, the Portuguese Association for Tourism for the Middle East, and the Concierge Hub.
Great. You are based in the U.A.E. in Dubai.
In Dubai, yes, exactly. I'm based in Dubai, absolutely.
And you have offices here?
I do, yes, I do. In fact, I'm in quarantine right now at home, but yes, but the offices are in Dubai, exactly, yes.
Good. Maria, can you tell us more about why did you choose to go into this type of business? Give us more information on that.
Right. So I've actually always worked in tourism for more than 20 years now. It was a bit unintentional because I wanted to do a career in advertising. But I started working in tourism in an airline, actually, in Germany back in 1993. And I've always stayed then in this line of business. I'm quite glad I did it, actually, because, you know, I think people like to travel. I think travel makes people happy. And I just like to see happy people around me. So I'm quite glad I did it. And so I end up, because of the work I do and, you know, my personal life choices, I end up living in different countries around the world and working. So I lived 10 years in Germany, 3 years in Mauritius. In between, I always went back and forth to Portugal, to Lisbon, which is my hometown. And now since 8 years here in Dubai.
Right. So tell us more about Aurora Marketing.
Okay.
The tourism, you said that it's for tourism for U.A.E. and Gulf. Go a little bit more into depth with Aurora.
Okay, so Aurora-Agency started 3 years ago. So Aurora-Agency, it's a marketing agency that is focused on marketing for tourism. And what I do is to try to get tourism from this part of the world to different destinations around the world. So let's say I represent hotel chains, I represent destinations, whoever that is really interested in coming to this market, getting tourists to this market, to their destinations, and, you know, doing promotion, marketing actions, getting linked with the travel sector here in the region. So that's basically what Aurora-Agency does. I have a very big network of in the travel sector here in the region of the Gulf, really. So it's basically the 5 countries: the U.A.E, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Oman. And so I covered these 5 countries, although I'm based mostly in Dubai. So I try really to help out these companies that are really keen on getting business from this region. So that's basically the main business of Aurora-Agency.
Great. It sounds like, you know, travel is such a big part of everybody's life.
I know it was until recent. Now we are all right.
And and I can imagine that, you know, it went down traveling, and it must be very difficult for hotels also to get business all around the world, and not just hotels. Everybody is at this moment where their business is struggling a bit more than before. But I think it's great what you're doing. And like you said, you've got a passion for what you do. And this is so important. Um, and this is why you chose to go into this field. What about your long-term goals? Where would you like to take it?
Yeah, well, like I said, so Aurora-Agency, when I started the company 3 years ago, I had this idea that I really wanted to make use of the network I had here in the region, but I had zero entrepreneur skills, so it was a bit mad. And I went through different phases. I kind of like, okay, I can't do it. I'm not able to do it, and like despair, joy, tears. I had the entire thing because I was doing it on my own, right?
Yeah.
So I had nobody to seek advice from or any financial support from nobody. So it was really kind of me, myself, and I. But after a while, I kind of had a few stable clients. I said, well, at least it's keeping me afloat. So let me just carry on with it. And so then obviously COVID-19 happens.
Mm.
And it was really strange because I was meant to go on holidays with my family to France in April. And well, the pandemic starts and everything gets cancelled. And I am sitting at home and I am like, okay, so what do I do next? Like literally, tourism, it was a complete stop. There was nothing going on. Airlines were, the airplanes were grounded, and hotels were closed. So it was really weird. And I mean, I've been working in this line of business for more than 20 years. I've never seen anything like this. So many difficult situations and other pandemics that happened already in these last 20 years, but nothing like this. So I'm sitting at home, and like where most of the people were baking bread and doing workout, I just said, no, I think I want to do companies. So I came up with the two different companies. These were ideas that I had in the back of my head for some time, and I just decided to bring them to life. So I created, like I said, two more companies. One of them, it's called the Portuguese Association of Tourism for the Middle East. So as the name suggests, it's a company that is doing marketing and promotion for Portugal as a destination. Obviously, the reason being because I'm Portuguese, I love my country. I think we have a beautiful country, and it is a destination that is not really well known still here in the Gulf region. So I decided to go for it. And it's working really well, regardless the situation. I already have a few paying clients in Portugal and very strong partnerships here in the Middle East. So I'm quite happy. It's moving slowly, but it's moving. So it is, I must say, in 5 months, it is really quite a success, despite this whole situation. And then the other company is called the Concierge Hub. And the Concierge Hub is again a company that is based here and in Portugal, and is mostly focused on real estate investments in Portugal, relocation services to Portugal, and concierge services there. The reason for this company is because I realized that due to the fact that Portugal has been so, everybody wants to go there on holidays or move there or just live there or spend the rest of their retirement there. I decided that it was a good idea to start a business that helps people to prepare to find the right property there, be it to buy it or to rent it, to help with the relocation, or if you relocate with an entire family, sometimes it's not easy. You need somebody to assist you. Also, when you're there, you need somebody to help you set up your house,
Yeah.
to put the internet working and all of those things. So this company is, like I said, based here and in Portugal. My sister is helping me in Portugal. it's all woman again,
All
all
women.
only all women.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's it. So these are now my long-term goals are these two other companies that I just created.
Sounds great. I just want to tell you that I would love to have another meetup with you to talk a little bit more about investing in Portugal.
Okay,
Um,
great.
I've been to Portugal and it's a beautiful country.
It
Um,
is.
so I did not spend a long time there. It was a very brief holiday, but
Mhm.
I did visit Lisbon and all the surrounding area, and then also I've been to Madeira.
Oh
Um,
wow, amazing.
yes, so it is amazing, and I would love to speak to you about this because I think that a lot of people are interested in,
Mm.
like you said, buying a property there, relocating. And me, myself, and my husband, we were also talking about it.
Oh really?
So we just love it. I am from South Africa, and we
Okay.
are so in love with nature. And
Right. Yeah,
Portugal's got all of that beautiful landscapes. And
it
I
is.
mean,
Yeah.
a lot of countries around the world, they have beautiful nature. It's
Mm.
just a pity that we cannot travel so freely at the moment. But
Oh,
someday soon it will come. But
exactly.
Maria, I would like you to give some advice to women out there. What is your special saying that you have, or anything positive and encouraging that you would like to share?
Right. Um, because of my own experience of doing companies and making companies on my own without having any support, I always think, and I always like to, when I talk to other women, to give that piece of advice, which is, if you have that idea and if you believe in that idea, just go for it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, or just let you down and say, oh, but do you think it could really work, because you've never done this before, or it's just not your line of business. I think if you believe in it, everything can work, as long as you believe in it and you put all your effort and all your strength and all your brains and all your imagination on it. And I think everything is possible. So I always try to say to friends and people, they say, oh, I had this idea once, but I'm not sure about it. I say, no, do it. And if it doesn't work, you have tried it. So at least you know that it didn't work. You also know it didn't work because of this reason or that reason. So you can restart it and do it better. So
Yes.
there is this phrase every time that I'm really down and I think things can't get any worse. There is this phrase from Sir Richard Branson that I really like to quote in the back of my mind. And he says something like, don't be embarrassed by your failures. Okay, just do it. And then if it doesn't work, just start it all over again. And I think and this is Sir Richard Branson. So I think if he's saying it, then it is like that. Just carry on. Just don't stop and go for it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So yeah, that's basically it.
Thank you. It is very wise words. I cannot say anything more to it, except that when you fail at something, you've tried it to the best of your capability, and
Exactly.
um, then maybe try it again, like you said, but in a different way. And yeah, otherwise you would always wonder, how I could have done that or this. But if you try it, you know how it worked,
Exactly.
and if maybe
Exactly.
it worked 100% and maybe not 100%. So we learn
Exactly.
from our mistakes.
100%.
Uh,
Yeah.
can I ask you, Maria, to share your social media accounts with us? How can people get in contact with you um, for the Aurora marketing, especially?
Okay, so Aurora Agency, the website is www.aurora-agency.com. aurora-agency.com. Aurora Agency is also on Facebook, which is exactly the same. So you will find us on Facebook, Aurora Agency Dubai. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All of the three companies are actually in all social media platforms. So the Association of Tourism, the Portuguese Association of Tourism, is also on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and the Concierge Hub as well. We have just a website that was just launched yesterday. The Concierge Hub. And the Portuguese Association of Tourism also has its own website. So it's 3 different websites, on all social media platforms. We are a bit all over the place.
I will share all your details
Thank you.
on the video, and I would like to thank you for taking your time today to speak to us and encourage women out there. And yeah, it's great to know that we have so many women out there to share positive stories.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you,
it was
Sandra.
lovely talking to you.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much. Thank you.